Well, hey there, everyone. It's me, Esther Bartkiw. It is November 14th. It is Saturday. I have an energy update for you. I have a very personal message for those of you who are feeling stalled, paralyzed. You're hearing me talk about it's time to make moves, and you're like, I'm not making any moves. So I have a very personal message for you. And also, I want to talk to you a little bit more about the upcoming Great Conjunction on December 21st solstice, because that is going to be a very big energy of new beginnings that I encourage all of you to take advantage of. All right. So first of all, happy new moon to everybody. It is new moon in Scorpio. Probably by the time you watch this video, the peak of the new moon has happened. But that's okay. You didn't miss out on anything because new moon energies really stick with us for about 4 days. We're in the flow of it. And then because of all these celestial events, they're all on cycles. So what transpires around this new moon will unfold and influence us over this next 6 months. So if you're watching this and you're thinking, oh, Esther, it's Sunday, it's Monday, it's Tuesday, I missed the new moon, you've missed nothing. All right? It is still okay. There is still time to connect and enjoy the flow of this beautiful new moon. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this is a friendly new moon. It's joyful, it is playful, it is creative, it's great for socializing and having fun. Please get out there. Face-to-face contact with people. New moons are always about new beginnings, and what makes this new moon so friendly is those new beginnings, they're just so much easier to initiate. The steps are easier. There's just a great ease about this. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. There is a little bit of, let's say, a tricky aspect coming from Mercury, which means there could be a little bit of mucky communications. And here's how it was presented to me. Let's say you're out this weekend and you're enjoying yourself and you're having so much fun and everything's great. And you're telling someone, oh, I had so much fun. I went for a walk. I was with my friends. We were doing this. And the person says to you and says, what do you mean you were having so much fun? Don't you know the world is ending? Don't you know the world is a disaster? And they're trying to steal your joy. They're in their pain. They're in their fear. Okay? They're caught up in a lower vibration. On some level, it annoys them that you're not letting all of that noise interfere with your personal process. So don't let anybody steal your joy and enjoy this beautiful new moon. Now, I've been going on and on about Mars turning direct, and that happened on the 13th. And I keep saying we're going to get wiggle room and movement and the flow is going to start happening. It's like an opening. Give Mars some time to kind of rev up in its new position, all right? But I have to be honest with you, the day before Mars turned direct, so this was on the 12th, it was like all of a sudden the floodgates opened up for me. Someone that I have been trying to get a conversation with because it was very important to certain aspects of my life for 3 months. 3 months, I couldn't nail this person down to connect with them for a conversation. We finally had that conversation. On the 12th, I received so many bookings for personal sessions and readings, and each person basically said, I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I realized today was the day. Okay, so I'm also looking forward to more forward momentum movement happening. All right, and then as I said, for those of you who are saying, Esther, I'm not feeling this at all, I got a personal message for you, and you're going to really like it, really and truly. Plus, I'm going to give you some tips, some action tips. But okay, so what I want to talk about is we have the upcoming eclipse season happening. Remember, eclipse energies, game-changing, course-correcting, or you could manifest something you've been focused on for a while manifest. It's really big, big energy that creates major change and transformation in our personal lives, also on the world scene, affects everyone differently. Okay, some people have a really big dramatic eclipse season sometimes. Some people have a more smooth, easier one. All right, it really depends on where you are in your process. But okay, so coming up on solstice, which is December 21st, that's the day that the sun changes its path, right? Days get longer in some areas, days start getting shorter in the southern hemisphere. And as the sun changes its path, astronomers say it takes a few days. It takes from about the 21st to the 25th to really set this into motion. But it is a cycle, we know, of new beginnings. It's a new period. And you could almost look at this as a death rebirth scenario. Okay, so that's part of the energies of it. Now, during this time, the sun frequency changes, right? Because it's on a new path. It's starting a new cycle. So just think about it this way. Every time you're starting a new path, a new project, a new focus, you have had to change your frequency in order to align with it. So the sun also changes its frequencies. Now, solstice happens, we know, twice a year in June and in December. Now, here's where it gets really exciting. On the 21st, we have this rare Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. Okay, this happens every 20 years, so it's not often. And this year, it's going to be the closest to the Earth since 1623. And anytime a planet is close to the Earth, we feel its influence more powerfully. It has more of an impact. All right. So it's also coming after the two eclipses, the lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse. And this conjunction is happening at 0 degrees. Now, in astrology terms, that means right at the beginning, 0 degrees. And in the sign of Aquarius. And Aquarius always has that theme of keeping an open mind and the theme of new beginnings. Okay, so we got a lot of new happening around solstice. And then, of course, the sun really powers everything up, right? Everything that the sun kisses, it powers up. So the sun is in motion on this day as well. And I see it's like the sun is just going to just kiss this great conjunction of new beginnings. And these new beginnings will unfold over the next 20 years until the next great conjunction, and then even longer aspects because it's in an air sign. But we'll talk more about that in the eclipse event. Now, what does this mean to you personally, right? Okay, so that means that we are moving into a period, we're on the ramp up to a big energy that can create a lot of new in your life. All right, if you choose it, if you align with the energies, release any fears you have about creating new, just align. And how do you align? You focus on what you want and you raise your vibration. Just keep your vibration high. The high vibration living, thinking, being is what puts you into alignment. Okay, so for those of you who did my Vibe Up events, I did 3 of them in the last year. You have so many tools to help you to vibe up. For those of you who didn't, check out my YouTube channel. I've got some videos there with some tips for you. All right, so keep your vibration high. All right, and then of course, I'm hosting the 22-day energy eclipse solstice event. We get started November 30th. And during this event, that's what we're going to focus on, harnessing and aligning with the energies, right? So that we can make the most of this. So we can create and manifest what we want in our personal lives, but also we have such a world focus right now. So we can really align with that 5D and above timeline and see who we can bring in our wake. See who we can pull up in our wake with us. All right, so this event is really exciting. I haven't done it for about a year, but this eclipse season I was given the go-ahead. we're going to do a lunar eclipse call on the lunar eclipse day. That is November 30th. So we're going to start the program right out of the gate with a live energy transmission call. There's going to be a solar eclipse call, the solstice great conjunction call, which is, we're going to be aligning with new. Fantastic. I'm going to give you exclusive energy updates to our group. Minimum 3 times a day, I am going to do distant energy transmissions. Those are really powerful. Those are really powerful. So everybody, you just go about your day, and I'm going to do the energy transmission healing work for you. On the 8 days leading up to solstice, we're going to do rituals and ceremonies. I've researched like ancient culture ceremonies, indigenous ceremonies, rituals that people did prior to solstice, just to open, to prepare, to be ready to receive. We're going to do that. And then the egg ceremony for cleaning your mind, body, and energy field during the solstice class. I have never offered that in a group before. So I invite you to join us. I am going to put a link below if you're watching here on YouTube. There's more information there. And also sign up. Please sign up early so that you are set, all ready to go, and you have those call details for the lunar eclipse call. All right? It's just, oh my gosh, it's so exciting. If you're wondering, here's my background today. Why am I not up on my balcony? Because it is Saturday morning and I live in a neighborhood and people are cutting their grass because it's gorgeous weather. They're getting one more grass cut in and people are vacuuming and the children are playing, and it was really noisy. And I thought, okay, let me see if I can find a secluded place by the water. You may be able to hear some noise in the background because as they're putting the boats away, they're doing some repairs on the boats. So that's what's happening there. And then as I am videoing this, I'm just going to turn around. So many people have been walking by like, who's this girl speaking English down by the water? What's going on? It's quite funny. So if you see me look up every once in a while, that's what's happening. All right. Okay, here's the personal message I wanted to give to you. All right. So I've been talking a lot about people. It's time to get moving. You're making big dramatic change in your life. Your efforts that you have been putting in may have seemed slow, but you're going to start to see the fruits of it. Okay, especially January, February, March. So don't give up now. And momentum is changing. Now, some people are saying, no, Esther, not at all. That's not me. And I understand that, okay? So I got some information for you. So there are some people that right now making a move is kind of scary for you, okay? And it's scary because there's so much uncertainty in the world. And what you're doing is you're tapping into the collective energy rather than saying, okay, all of that is happening out there, but I'm going to focus on me. All right, so that's all it is. You're just tapping into the collective energy, right? You're feeling, this is for people who are really, you're feeling the push to make a move, okay? You're feeling the push from your inner being. It's saying, yes, go for it, go for it. You know it's time, deep down you want it, but you are scared, so you're not taking any action, all right? And your head might be filled with, what if it doesn't work out? What if I'm wrong? I can't, you know, the world is a mess right now. Those are some of the thoughts that might be swimming around in your head that are creating this paralysis. So what happens then is you don't see the opportunities in front of you. You don't see the help and assistance. You don't see the step to take, right? Because it's blinded by the lower vibrational thinking. It's okay, all right? Here are my suggestions, my tips, if this is for you, okay? Because I want you to make the most of this momentum energy and the new beginnings that we're heading into. So write down all those limiting beliefs that pop up in your head. When you think about starting new, making change, taking steps, write down those limiting beliefs and look at them from a new perspective. This is creating conscious awareness. Here comes the car. And if you're looking at those beliefs and saying, well, I can't see any new perspective there, that's a good time to reach out to someone like myself to help you to do conscious work, to help you say, well, have you thought about it this way? Or let's look at that. Is that really true? Or is there another way we could look at this? So sometimes when you can't do it on your own, it comes from reading a book, it comes from watching a video, it comes from working with somebody like me who works with the conscious and subconscious mind, or even you could be in conversation with a friend and they say something and you go, ding, 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 ding. I never thought of that before, all right? So do the conscious work first and then turn within and connect with that part of you that knows it's time to make a move, but they're scared to make a move, okay? And realign them with your conscious perspective. Now, the conscious work is the first step because your subconscious will not shift until you're clear. Okay? Otherwise, you're turning within, and this part is saying, you're scared too. You don't even want to make this move. You're asking me to make the move, and you're scared to make the move. Forget it. But when you come in consciously strong and saying, yes, I'm ready, I'm able, I'm capable, we're going to take this one step at a time. It doesn't matter the noise that's happening in the world. I'm focusing on my own process. Then you can negotiate with your inner self, those inner parts and aspects of you to say, hey, come along, try it, support me, let's do this together. And that's when it's much easier to shift the subconscious. All right. The third thing is keep your vibration as high as possible. If you are scared or worried or concerned, that is a lower vibration. Okay, acknowledge that. And then choose to raise your vibration. You might not go from scared to happy, happy, joy, joy in one day. Of course not. We talk about moving up the vibrational scale. So if you can go from I'm scared to I'm indifferent, that's a little bit of a bump up. If you can move from scared to I'm kind of hopeful, that's an improvement. If you can take it there from I'm optimistic, hey, and then move that up to belief and knowing, just take it step by step, but focus on raising your vibration. And then take a step of action. Small, big, it doesn't matter. Just get that momentum going. Take that step of action. The next step will show itself. Let's get the ball rolling. All right. So even though you may have felt stymied or halted or paralyzed with your own personal process or making change in your life over the last few months because of the world situation, it's time to say, I'm not going to focus on the noise out there. I'm going to focus on my process and create the world I want to live in. All right. And the energies right now are supporting you. Okay. Never mind what's going on out there. You can be aware of it. You can, check in with it every once in a while, but focus more on you and your personal process. And eclipse season, solstice, the great conjunction, everything else, this is momentum energy. And I'm really looking to ride the wave of the momentum into 2021 so that we can really make some positive change in our personal lives, thus affecting the world, okay? And then this came through right at the end. And this is beautiful. This is beautiful for everybody. No matter how slow you go, no matter how many mistakes you're making, no matter how many times you have to regroup and reassess and start over, you are further ahead than those people who are not trying. All right, dear ones, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy this beautiful new moon energy. Oh, so gorgeous here. I don't have much time left in Savtat, but let's enjoy it while I'm here. Much love to you. Ciao for now.